Look, I'm a winger myself, so I know how tough it is to play this role day in and day out. Most people think being a winger is just about doing flashy skills, beating one defender, and that's it. But it's way more than that. Only a winger like you and me truly understands what goes on behind the scenes to become a perfect winger. So in this video, I've poured in everything I've learned over a decade of experience, and trust me, you've never seen this level of raw and honest advice on YouTube ever. And I bet you won't regret even a single minute watching this video. So, to become a perfect winger, here's exactly how this video is structured. First, I'll show you the 7 mistakes every winger makes and why they never go pro. Then, I'll teach you how to truly dominate games as a winger, because that's what's expected from you. Once you can dominate, I'll show you how to build elite-level confidence like Cristiano Ronaldo. After that, we move to what is the most important attribute a winger needs, which is dribbling past anyone with ease, even multiple defenders. And of course, you'll need the engine too, so I'll help you build top-tier stamina. And finally, I'll break down the 6 must-have skills to win every 1v1 and destroy defenders. And one thing, don't even think of skipping this video. If you can't watch it in one go, split it into 2 to 3 parts, but don't miss anything, because if I were you, I wouldn't miss a single second of this course. So, without wasting any more time, let's begin your journey to becoming the perfect winger. Mistake 1. Zero vision. I notice a lot of wingers making this error I call zero vision. It's not about their eyes or anything, more like lacking any real purpose when they get the ball. They just drop the shoulder and charge down the line full speed. No thought behind it, no checking around, purely on instinct, I guess. That leads to trouble quick. You hit the corner flag, glance up finally, and the box is empty. Defender's just standing there grinning. Why does that happen so often? Because the winger outpaces the striker completely. It seems like wingers are usually the quickest on the team. Speed is a big advantage, but using it without matching the striker's run turns you into a solo act. Unless you're Messi and you can dribble 100 players at once and score an amazing solo goal. Coordination matters a lot. Great wingers handle it differently. They scan before moving, look at the striker's position or shape. Is the striker cutting near post or staying central in the box? Maybe arriving a bit later. Then they match their speed to that. I think speed on its own wastes effort without seeing the play ahead. So when you touch the ball next time, hold off exploding forward right away. Just a quick pause, check the striker out, maybe even catch their eye. Run with some plan, not just feeling it in the moment. A cross like that with no one to aim for, it ends up as an easy kick away for the defense. Mistake 2. The weak foot dilemma. Firstly, I want to clear something. On one of my previous videos, there were a few comments which said you can play with a weak foot. Look at Yamal and Messi, because of a point I made saying that if you have a weak foot, you need to make it stronger. Guys, the point here is that they are Messi and Yamal. You aren't. They are naturally talented, so you need to up your game. The only error is being anxious about having a weaker foot. This is a reality for many players. There are far too many moments when a winger makes a cut to the inside of the field, creates a dangerous situation in the penalty area's vicinity, settles the ball on the weaker foot, and either rushes themselves or attempts an awkward effort that fails because of panic, while they have ample time to settle the ball and shoot comfortably. Being a winger means you're always being marked. You cannot consider having a defender on your opposite shoulder as a panicked situation. If you choose to shoot because of fear of being dispossessed of the ball once it finds you on your weaker foot, you have wasted a significant opportunity to score. If and when you are 100% confident that you will successfully score a goal, then pull the trigger. Be ruthless. However, if you are not as confident, take your time to reset the ball and either pass or prepare to attack again. There is a significant difference between elite-level athletes and us, the general play. The difference comes down to composure. Work on your weaker foot every single day. Continually try to develop it as obsessively as you possibly can. However, do not let ego or fear prompt you into taking any low-percentage shot with your weaker foot. Mistake 3. The wannabe. Being a winger does not mean you can skip the pressing part. That just messes up your own progress, I think. I've noticed it plenty of times already. Like when the ball gets lost and the winger is just jogging around up high, waiting for something to happen. It almost seems like they feel defending is not their job or something. They show up only for the flashy moves and the good moments. That's not a great attitude at all. Goals that really matter usually come from putting pressure on the other team instead of all those fancy dribbles. Wingers are the ones who push defenders to screw up. They make the goalkeeper rush on a bad pass. Pressing turns out to be the key thing. It's not something you can ignore. Remember that slip by Steven Gerrard? Everyone talks about how it ruined Liverpool's chance at the Premier League title. He panicked right when someone pressed him hard. That's what caused it. When you press right, it helps keep things safe back there too. But more than that, you get chances to attack fast. Grab the ball high up and the defense is all mixed up, only a few steps from scoring. Coaches spot that kind of effort right away. A winger who presses smart stands out as real trouble for opponents. The ones who don't just blend in and get swapped out easy. So yeah, don't just focus on putting the ball in the net. You need to affect the whole game, whether you have the ball or not. Press like you mean it, with some real drive. That part gets overlooked sometimes. Mistake 4. Gotta up your speed. This one is simple, but brutal. If you're a winger and you are slow, I am sorry to say this, but please, for the love of them game, either learn to be quick or change your position. The wing player showcases the need to be quick, and you should play to stretch out the defense, making the fullbacks retreat, while at the same time putting defenders in the position of fearing your speed when accelerating. When defenders do not have a reason to worry about you beating them to the ball, they will play higher up the pitch with confidence, thus creating an anticipation of your game plan. Yes, Messi has times when he is walking during a game. However, his ability to accelerate is pure power with explosive speed, defined during the first 5 meters. This is the most important part of a winger's game, is not about running constantly, but rather about accelerations within short periods of time. During his early years at Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo would take one touch and be out of there. The great news, however, is that speed can be developed through training, utilizing sprinting technique, mechanics, strength, and repeated sprints to create your own pace. A slow player at the wing is going to limit you as a player. However, a fast player at the wing creates worry in the minds of the defenders before they get the ball. You need to evaluate how much, if at all, you put fear into the defenders when you are posting wide. Mistake 5. Demand the ball. I see a lot of wingers who just hang back on the wing, like they are waiting for the ball to find them or something. That does not work at all. If you are playing that position, you have to be the one starting things, right? You were supposed to kick off those attacks that can really hurt the other team. Even when there are 2 defenders right on you, you still need to call for it. Ask for the ball no matter what. It builds this confidence thing with your teammates. They start noticing how you are always showing up, whether it's in your own half or pushing forward in the final third. Over time, they trust you more and look your way without thinking. Personally for me, as I am a winger myself, I constantly ask for the ball. Sometimes in the final third, sometimes on the far end of my wing, and sometimes even on my own half. The best players on the wing, I think they focus more on making plays than just trying to score every time, like key passes that set up chances, or those through balls, cutbacks into the box. That is what makes the position fun, creating those moments. Sometimes the team feels under pressure, and you just know it's your turn to step up. Give me the ball, and I will try to carry us out of it. That is part of the responsibility, I guess. Sure, you might lose possession here and there, but that's okay. Hiding from it means you do nothing at all. It seems like fearless wingers don't even care how many guys are marking them. They just worry about getting the ball into dangerous spots. So keep demanding it, again and again. If you do not believe you can turn the game around yourself, why would anyone else on the team think that? Some players might stay quiet to avoid mistakes, but that just keeps everything stuck. Mistake 6. Overskill kills. The beauty of skills lies in their effectiveness. The skillful execution of moves like step-overs, elasticos, and body feints can be turned into a great advantage. When used without purpose, however, these skills become self-sabotaging. Some wingers attempt to display their flashy skills with each touch they take. They may try extra step-overs, unnecessary spins, flashy tricks that do not create opportunities, and then subsequently, no possession. Skills are not meant to entertain, they are meant to be efficient. Now you might say, look at players like Vini Jr. or Ryan Cherki or even Neymar. What about them? They show a lot of flashy skills. But hey, they're Neymar and Cherki, and you are yourself. Again, Neymar is not watching the video, you are. Currently, you need not impress the crowd, you are there to beat the defender. The simplicity of the body feint and then explosive push can be just as effective as a series of 3 stepovers. The simplest option is often the best option. Quick 1-2, then run behind. You may be the fastest player to the end of your run, and you have successfully put the ball in the net or created an assist, and that will ultimately get you the most attention. Learn every skill you can, train them, and master them. Ask yourself when you are playing, is this the fastest way to get past this defender? If you cannot answer that as a yes, keep the skills simple. Overusing skills will not make you an elite player. The ability to make good decisions will make you an elite player. Mistake 7, the bonus tip. You do not learn. It's a difficult reality to face, but the truth is, you will probably make those same errors again. You might even make the same errors in your next game. This is a common thing. What is not common is repeating those same mistakes without making any changes. To improve as a player, you have to do more than watch videos. You also have to implement what you learned and reflect on what you can do after an event. You need to think about questions like, did I run with my head up? Or did I press? Or did I force a weak-footed shot? The best players in the world continue to make mistakes every match they play, but by looking at them, changing and adjusting to be able to continue to learn from them. If you are a true football player, you should constantly be thinking about your performance before training, during games, and after playing, while lying in bed and going over those moments in your mind. Improvement has nothing to do with how uncomfortable you would feel while learning something. You will need to be very honest with yourself in the process of improving. Make sure to comment that you'll apply these changes, and I encourage other fellow wingers to like each other's comments. That way, every time someone likes your comment, you'll receive a notification from YouTube, and it might remind you to start improving from your very next game. Most wingers mess up right here. They get too caught up in their own thing. Being selfish on the wing, it just makes everything predictable. You know what they will do next, so it's not scary at all. I play this position myself, and I see it all the time. A bunch of guys out there think every touch has to end with them scoring, like passing means you're soft or something, or assisting just hides you away. That kind of thinking, it wrecks the whole team dynamic. If wingers dialed back the selfishness a little, I bet there would be so many more goals in matches. It seems obvious when you think about it. I have been in those spots, feeling that pull to shoot, even when passing made more sense. But the real ones, the good wingers, they don't push for every chance. They set up situations where things feel solid for the team. My own rule is pretty straightforward. If the teammate has even a tiny bit better shot at it, like 0.01% more, I just pass the ball. Doesn't matter if my name ends up on the sheet or not. What counts is getting that goal in somehow. Goals shift the game. Egos do not, and passing right at the perfect moment, it messes with the defender's head. They start freaking out because now you're unpredictable. Shoots or pass or cut in or find someone else. That kind of power from not knowing, it's huge. You might miss out on a personal goal that day, but then the trust builds up with your striker, the midfielders, even the coach. Once they trust you like that, the ball comes your way more often. Real wingers, they lift everyone up instead of grabbing for themselves. Some people might see it different, but I think that's how it works. Let's get this straight. Speed is not a luxury, but a necessity for wingers. You may get along as a winger with mediocre technical skills. You can get away with having a weaker foot for a period of time, but with no speed, you are always a step late to everything. To your runs, to your space, and to your recovery. Defenders love this situation. When a fullback knows that you are not quick, they can play closer to you, take more chances on you, and pressure you further upfield. However, when you are quick, they will drop off you, they will hesitate, and they will give you space. And space is to wingers like oxygen is to human beings. So, to be clear, speed is more than just running fast initially. It includes how quick you can accelerate over the first few steps, how well you can change your direction, how well you time your acceleration, knowing when to start running, not just how fast to run. A winger with great acceleration for the first 5 meters is much more dangerous than a winger who can run 50 meters with great speed. Here's a hard truth. If you are not putting in the effort to improve your speed, you are going to fall further behind in the game each year. The world of football is faster each year. So if you are truly committed to playing on the wing, you will focus on speed as a priority in your training, regardless of when or how you apply it. Once you establish your speed, all of your skills become much easier. You might not have thought about this before, so why don't you give me a second to explain? If you're on the wings of your team, you are likely going to be one of, if not the only one, of the best players. And I'm not just talking about the group of 11 who are on the field. Out of everyone on your team, you are the best player. How do I know that? Because football works out to the wings. When the midfield is full of players, the ball gets played out to the wings. When your team is in trouble, the ball will be sent out to the wings. When there's nothing to be done, the team will pass you the ball. Why is that? Because you are responsible for all of that. Your position as a winger affects the following: goals, assists, tempo, width, momentum. You can literally change the entire outcome of a match with only one good action. At the same time, as a winger, you have the important job of not being able to hide from your teammates. If you are not playing hard, the team loses. If you have lost your composure, the team loses their composure. The great wingers understand this role. They accept this role. The great wingers do not wait for the game to be handed to them. They take charge of the game. Great wingers own the moments they play in. They do not force the plays to be made because they are the hero of the game. They will simply make the correct play at the correct time. Elite teams give wingers this ability during the biggest games of the season. I want to pose an honest question here. How often have you beaten your defender, and when you slowed down because the ball went to your non-dominant side, lost your chance to capitalize on the defender being out of position? Those situations ruin opportunities to score. In theory, being a winger can be very simple. All you have to do is beat the defender and deliver the ball. But how you implement those two steps is everything. When you can only use one foot as a winger, you give your defender the chance to dictate where you will go, and then you will get caught. You know what's worse than that? You will feel it happening, but there won't be anything you can do about it. I don't want you to think I said you shouldn't have a dominant foot, because everyone has one. But what I am saying is that if you're going to be a winger, you must have a very functional non-dominant foot, so you will be able to cross, pass short, shoot quickly with your weak foot, as you will not have time to make the change when you're in a live game situation. You will only have seconds to be able to make a move. A two-footed winger provides the defender no opportunity to make a play against him, whereas a one-footed winger provides the defender an opportunity to make a plan against him, and they love when they have the plans. So make sure you train your weak foot until you no longer think you have a weak foot, because unpredictability with the ball may be your most powerful weapon. As a winger, amongst other positions on the pitch, the ball will usually not arrive at you in an ideal condition. For example, the ball could be delivered through the air when you are under pressure, received hard and close in from a teammate, bouncing, spinning, or coming in from an angle that is less than desirable. During these times, especially when your team starts feeling added pressure, everyone on your team will be looking to the outside for someone, you, to make a play. This is an example of pressure, but it is also an example of respect. Now picture a long ball coming toward you, but you misjudge it. You have a poor first touch. As a result, it will be a throw-in for the opponent. One moment, and the momentum is lost. That is why playing balls into space is not a basic skill, rather a survival skill for wingers. Your first touch ultimately determines your ability to control the ball, escape pressure, and/or invite a defender into play. That is why players such as Berbatov and Messi look to be effortless. Neither player is faster than you, they just get to the ball or points of interest sooner. When the ball hits them, they do not get lucky. Rather, they are able to absorb the force of the ball and guide it to a location of their choice. When you have a clean first touch, the defender will be hesitant to come toward you. This hesitation is your advantage. If your first touch is in an elite level, you will not need tricks. Rather, the game will slow down, and everyone else in the game will be chasing you. If you master these 5 things, you won't just be a winger who looks good, you'll be a winger who wins games. No ego, real speed, responsibility, 2 feet. In the world of football, the name Cristiano Ronaldo and confidence go hand in hand. They're almost interchangeable. You might be the best player on the pitch, but if you aren't confident like him, sorry to say, but you'll never truly unlock your full potential. Yes, you'll have bad matches, but that doesn't matter because that's the past. What frustrates me is seeing talented players like you doubt themselves, because I know for a fact that the moment you start believing in yourself, you would play 100 times or even 1,000 times better every single match. So if you want to build that elite level confidence, I'm going to show you the 7 easiest and simplest ways to build your confidence just like Cristiano Ronaldo. But there's one condition. For every point, promise me you'll honestly rate yourself from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest. Don't just rate for the sake of it, but be real with yourself. And don't worry, I'll guide you throughout the video. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, and more importantly, what you're truly capable of. So, yeah, enough chit-chat, and let's begin the show. "99% of you guys would rather pass the ball to your teammate rather than try to take a shot that has a 90% chance of going in. And that's not because of your goodwill. It's because in your head, you're thinking, what will everybody say if I miss? And right there, you make yourself look tiny. Seriously, tell me, why didn't you shoot the ball in the first place? Yeah, you might sky it to the moon. Yeah, your foot might completely miss the ball. Yeah, someone might laugh. But believe me, that is completely fine. That's okay. Because the moment you muster up the courage to shoot once, the next time becomes easier, and then easier, and then it becomes natural. That's how confidence is built. Even Cristiano Ronaldo misses his shots. Go watch his recent free kicks at Al Nassr. They're not great, everyone knows that. But does he stop? No, because he knows if he connects just one clean knuckleball like his prime days, even if you put 2 goalkeepers there, no one is stopping it. That belief, that madness, that's what separates him. And you guys, you're scared of one miss? I even know some of you, when someone asks for a pass, you'll literally pick up the ball with your hands instead of controlling it with your feet, just because you're scared you might fumble and people will laugh. But does it really matter? Come on, man. You're not playing to impress random people standing outside the pitch. You're playing to become better. And that only happens when you take risks. So next time, don't overthink it. If there's a shot, take it. And when you step onto the pitch, walk like you own it. Now, as you promised me before, rate yourself. How often do you take risky shots without caring what others think? Rate yourself a 5 if you do it all the time. And if you're not a 5, rate yourself anywhere between 1 to 4 depending on what you think, and keep your score in mind. I'm not sure if you know this, but at higher levels of football, teams don't just show up and play, they prepare differently for every single opponent every single week. And if you still think you can play the exact same way against every team, using the same tricks, same tactics, same mindset, then I'm sorry to say, but sooner or later, you're going to get exposed. Because football doesn't work like that. Your performance on the pitch is actually a byproduct of your confidence, and your confidence is heavily built on how well prepared you are. When you prepare for a specific team, you are not just doing physical training, you are pre-training your brain. You already start visualizing situations before they even happen. You begin to understand how that team presses, which player panics under pressure, where the gaps are, which defender is slow, which goalkeeper struggles in certain situations. So when you step onto the pitch, it doesn't feel like you're reacting blindly anymore. It feels like you've already seen all of this before. And when things feel familiar, you don't hesitate. You don't panic. You play freely. And when you play freely, your performance naturally improves, and that directly boosts your confidence without you even realizing it. This is something that is extremely common at higher levels. Players don't just rely on talent, they rely on awareness. Ronaldo, for example, doesn't randomly walk into matches and hope things go his way. He studies his opponents. He knows which team is weak against aerial balls, which fullback lacks pace, which goalkeeper struggles with long shots, and he adjusts his game accordingly. That's exactly why you see him stepping up in big moments again and again, because mentally, he is already prepared for those situations. So if you want to build real confidence, don't just train your body, train your mind. Because once you know what's coming, you stop fearing it, and when fear disappears, confidence automatically takes over. Now rate yourself again from 1 to 5 on how often you sit alone and prepare for the game ahead beforehand. I know doing this might get your coach angry, but hey, you win some, you lose some, right? Look, sticking to your coach's 1-2s, simple passes, safe football, yeah, it works, I'm not denying that, but sometimes it slowly drains your real potential, and you won't even realize it. You'll become average. And the worst part, you won't even know what you were actually made for. Maybe you've been playing safe passes your whole life, but you were actually meant to be a defender, or a winger, or someone who takes on players, but you never explored it. Tell me something. How would Ronaldo feel if you put him at center back? Does that make any sense? Exactly. You can't feel confident in a role you don't enjoy. It's impossible. Confidence comes when you express yourself. So next time you get even a little bit of freedom on the pitch, try something different. If you like dribbling, dribble more. If you don't know how to dribble, click here, and yeah, for your convenience, I'll put the link in the description as well. But the point is, explore. Yes, you might lose the ball. Yes, your coach might shout at you, but so what? At least you're trying to discover your game. And once you find your style, confidence won't be something you chase, it'll become part of you. I believe you are genuinely rating yourself after every point, because by the end of this video, you'll be commenting your final score below. And don't worry, I'll tell you why later. This one is different, and honestly, this might be the most powerful one out of all. But there's a small problem. I don't know how you will do it, because this depends on your strength as a player. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a moment where two defenders come to mark you together? Like one guy isn't enough, so they call backup? If not, you're missing something huge, because the first time this happened to me, I'm telling you, I felt unstoppable. My confidence went through the roof. Why? Because if the opponent needs more than one player to stop you, you're doing something right. That's respect. That's fear. That's dominance. And this applies everywhere. If you're a defender and attackers need support just to get past you, same thing. So your goal should be simple. Make the opponent adjust because of you. Make them uncomfortable. Make them think, we need to double this guy. And when that happens, you feel it. You feel that boost, that energy, that confidence. And once you experience that feeling once, you'll chase it every single game. I can't tell you exactly how to reach that point, but I can tell you this. Find your strength and make it so dangerous that the opponent has no choice but to respect it. Football is not just one big game where everything happens at once. It's actually made up of many small battles happening throughout the match. And instead of trying to dominate everything in one go, a much smarter way to build confidence is by focusing on winning those small battles one by one. That's where the idea of a to-do list comes in. Before every match, whether it's training or an actual game, create a small list in your mind. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be something simple, like completing 2 good through balls, winning a couple of tackles, making one smart run, or even pulling off a single nutmeg. Think of these as your side quests. But at the same time, understand this very clearly. Your team always comes first. You should never try to complete your personal goals at the cost of your team's performance. This is not about being selfish, it's about being intentional. Start small. Don't go into your first match thinking you're going to score a hat trick or dominate every aspect of the game. That's unrealistic and will only frustrate you. Instead, focus on completing just one thing from your list. And when you do complete it, you'll feel a small sense of achievement. It might not seem like a big deal, but that small win does something important. It boosts your confidence. Then in the next match, you aim for 2 things, then 3. And slowly, over time, these side quests stop feeling like challenges and start becoming part of your normal game. That's when your level starts to rise. That's when your playstyle becomes more controlled, more effective, and more confident. So don't just step onto the pitch and play randomly. Play with purpose, play with small goals, and let those small wins build you into a confident player. And yeah, don't forget to rate yourself from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, on how often do you do side quests. I've already talked about this in one of my earlier videos, but this is something that needs to be repeated again and again, because most players still don't get it. If not you, then who is supposed to believe in you? Think about it. Before a match even starts, when players walk out onto the pitch, you can already spot the difference in mentality. Usually, the best player on the team tends to be at the end of the line. And yeah, it looks cool, but it's not just about looking cool. It's about what that position represents. It represents confidence. It represents belief. It represents the mindset that I'm going to make a difference today. And you don't just get that position for no reason. You earn it. Look at Ronaldo throughout his career, whether it's Manchester United, Real Madrid, or Juventus. He carries himself with that belief every single time he steps onto the pitch. It's visible even before he touches the ball. He doesn't wait for the game to tell him he's good. He decides it himself. And that's where most of you are going wrong. You step onto the pitch already doubting yourself. You're thinking about mistakes before even making them. You're worried about what others will think instead of focusing on what you can do. How do you expect to perform at your best like that? There's a difference between having doubts and completely ignoring your own ability. Doubts are normal. Every player has them. But when you stop believing in yourself entirely, that's when your performance drops. You need to build that inner belief. When you step onto the pitch, you have to carry this mindset that you are the best player out there. Not in an arrogant way, not in a disrespectful way, but in a way that gives you confidence in your actions. Because when you truly believe that, it changes everything. Your movement becomes sharper, your decisions become quicker, your body language becomes stronger. And that is exactly how you build confidence like Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, comment below your final score and check where you stand. If you've scored between 25 to 30, believe me, the only thing stopping you from achieving that Ronaldo-level confidence is yourself. If you've scored anywhere between 17 to 24, even you know that you need to improve, start taking responsibility and begin doing things the right way. With time, you'll reach that elite level of confidence, and you're just a little behind from reaching your true potential. And finally, if you've scored anything less than 17, start questioning everything you're doing. And do you know why I'm saying this? Because of the 7th point that I already know most of you will watch this video, feel motivated for one day, and then go back to normal. And that's why nothing changes. This doesn't work like that. You have to actually do these things. Make the to-do list. Take the risky shots, even if it means embarrassment. Try new things. Prepare before matches. Believe in yourself. Because if you're not even willing to do that, how do you expect to play like Ronaldo? Ronaldo is not normal. You don't become Ronaldo in one day. You start by thinking like players of his level, and then you commit to it. And yeah, I expect all of you to have commented your score below, because when you do that, you'll see players just like you, maybe from different countries, even from different continents and different ages, but going through the same struggle. And if you think you're too far behind, you're wrong. The comments section itself proves it. There are players at 10, 13, 20, all trying to improve, just like you. So stop overthinking, make the decision, fix your mistakes, build your confidence, and start conquering football, just like you promised yourself when you first touched the ball.
I've never seen Neymar as a top player.
Look, I respect Rooney, but this was a terrible take, and there's a reason he said it. As great as Wayne Rooney was, he was never really a dribbler. He didn't play the game that way, so he doesn't fully understand what it takes to glide past 3, 4, even 5 defenders and still have the composure to finish like Neymar. Because let's be real, it's not that easy. If you're a winger like me, or someone who actually loves to take players on, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. So in this video, I'm going to show you the only 6 ways to dribble past anyone in 2026. And don't click off, because the 6th move I'll show you at the end is on a completely different level. It's something only elite dribblers can master, and if you get it right, you can even go eye to eye with players like Neymar. But before we start, I really want your opinion on Wayne Rooney's take on Neymar, so please comment below what you think of it. Now, let's get into the first dribbling technique. Jeremy Doku's dribbling sometimes looks funny. I'm not even joking. Like if you show his clips to a beginner, they'll literally ask you, "Bro, why is he shaking so much?" And that's where people don't get it, because Doku doesn't dribble in a normal way. Most players, they take their time, they glide past defenders, smooth touches, clean movements, but this guy seriously looks like he's glitching in real life. His footwork is just too fast. And I'm being honest here, in my lifetime, I don't think I've seen a player move his feet that fast while dribbling. It's like his legs are doing something completely different from what your brain can process. And that's exactly why it works, because defenders are not used to this. They're trained to react to normal dribblers, not someone who's moving like he pressed fast forward on himself. So what happens is, they hesitate. Even if it's just for a split second, that's enough, because once Doku gets even a millisecond on you, he's past you in the blink of an eye. And the funniest part? To someone who doesn't understand football, it just looks like random movement. But if you actually play the game, you know what he's doing. He's trying to throw the defender off completely, make him guess, make him uncomfortable. And the moment the defender is not set properly, boom, gone. Now, if you want to dribble like Doku, yeah, you already know what I'm going to say. You need crazy fast footwork. But not just that, you also need to use your pace with it, because if your feet are fast but your body is slow, you're just doing TikTok skills in front of a defender. You're not beating anyone. The whole point is, fast feet, confuse, explode. That's it. Simple to understand, very hard to actually do. And don't worry, if you don't have a fast foot like Doku, check out this next method. If Jeremy Doku is pure chaos and speed, Lamine Yamal is the complete opposite. This guy is slow, controlled, and very, very intentional. But don't misunderstand that slow part, because what he's doing is probably one of the hardest types of dribbling to actually master. Now, if you watch Yamal closely, you'll notice something very quickly. He loves cutting inside to his left. Like, not sometimes, I'm talking easily 90% of the time. And I've been watching him since his early Barcelona days. I can literally predict what he's about to do next. And that's where it gets interesting, because even when defenders know what he's gonna do, they still can't stop it. Now, yeah, I'll be honest here. I feel like recently, defenders are starting to catch on a little bit, because this is becoming his signature move, just like Lionel Messi cutting in from the right. But the difference is, Messi had like 10 other ways to destroy you. Yamal right now relies on this a lot. Still elite, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there's a pattern. Now, if you want to dribble like Yamal, this is not about speed. This is about being one step ahead mentally. You need awareness. You need to read the defender. You need to understand space. Because Yamal is not reacting, he's predicting. He already knows what you're going to do before you do it. And that's why his dribbling looks so calm. No panic, no rush, just control. But let me tell you this clearly, you cannot learn this overnight. This is not watch tutorial, practice 10 minutes, done. Nah, you need to watch games, actually study how he moves. And most importantly, you need to remove fear. Because if you have even 1% doubt in your mind while dribbling like this, you're losing the ball. This style only works when you're fully confident. I'm gonna be real with you. Out of all the dribbling styles in this video, this is probably the most replicable one. Because to dribble like Kylian Mbappe, you don't need 100 skills. You need speed. That's it. Now yeah, obviously he does step overs, body feints, little touches, but that's basic stuff. If you don't know that already, Go learn that first. Because Mbappe's real weapon is not his skills, it's how he uses his pace in the right moment. This guy's not out here trying to entertain defenders, he's trying to destroy them as quickly as possible. He sees space, pushes the ball, and he's gone. And what makes it even worse is he doesn't need a big gap. Even half a yard is enough for him to take off. And I remember Kyle Walker saying this, Mbappe doesn't beat you with pure acceleration, he beats you with his pickup, that sudden burst. Once he gets in front of you, it's over. You're not catching him. Now here's something very important. Mbappe doesn't just run blindly, he times it perfectly. He waits for that exact moment when the defender is slightly off balance, or when there's just a bit of space behind him, and then he explodes. That timing is what separates him from normal fast players. Because let's be honest, a lot of players are fast, but not everyone knows when to use it, and that's where most people fail. They just keep running into defenders and losing the ball. So if you want to use this style, learn timing, not just speed. But yeah, one harsh truth. If you're not fast, you can't fake this style. You'll just look like you're trying too hard. And if you aren't fast and your stamina is at an all-time low, watch this. And for your convenience, I'll share the link in the description as well. Wait, just listen carefully before you judge this one. Because I know a lot of you are thinking, when did Pedri ever dribble past multiple players? And if you think like that, you're missing the whole point of football. Pedri doesn't dribble in an obvious way. He's not trying to entertain you. He's trying to control the game. What he does is actually very clever. He invites pressure. Yes, he literally holds the ball a little longer on purpose, almost like he's asking defenders to come closer. And once they commit, that's when he escapes. No crazy skills, no flashy moves, just one small touch, a body shift, and suddenly he's out of a tight situation. And you're left wondering, how did he even do that? That's why I say, Pedri doesn't just dribble, he manipulates defenders. He makes them do what he wants. Now this style is very different from the others, because here, you're not attacking defenders, you're letting them attack you first. And that requires confidence, a lot of it. Because if your control is not perfect, you're losing the ball in dangerous areas. That's why this style is mostly effective in midfield. If you're playing CAM, CM, CDM, this is probably one of the most valuable skills you can have. Imagine pulling 2-3 players towards you and then releasing a perfect pass. Your winger is completely free. Your coach is not just going to like you, he's going to trust you. But yeah, this is not something you learn quickly. It comes from experience, composure, and understanding of the game. Now this is where things start getting serious. Because dribbling like Neymar Jr. is not just about beating defenders, it's about how you beat them. It's flair, it's creativity, it's confidence, it's that Joga Bonito style. And let's be honest, when Neymar is in full flow, it doesn't even look like football anymore. It looks like art, like he's just gliding past defenders, playing with them, almost disrespecting them at times. But here's the truth nobody tells you. This style is one of the hardest to actually pull off in real games, because it's not just about doing skills. Anyone can learn a rainbow flick or a step over, but Neymar doesn't just do skills, he connects them. He flows from one movement to another without breaking rhythm, and that's what makes it so hard to defend. Now, another thing people get wrong, they think Neymar is just flashy. Behind all that flair, his fundamentals are insane. His first touch, his balance, his close control, everything is at the highest level. That's why he can afford to play like that, because even if something goes wrong, he can recover instantly. So if you want to dribble like Neymar, you can't just jump into skills. First, master your basics. Make the ball feel like it's glued to your feet. Then, slowly start adding flair. Also, you need confidence, because this style involves risk. You will lose the ball sometimes. You might even look stupid sometimes, but that's part of it, because when it works, it's one of the most beautiful things in football. If you watch till here, you are a true one, and you deserve to know the last dribbling method, and here it is. As of today, Lionel Messi is 38 years old. and somehow he still dribbles like this. I don't think he watches MLS matches, but I do, and yeah, I can tell you that his magic still hasn't left him. That alone should tell you everything. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. This is the one style in this video that you cannot truly replicate. And I'm not saying this to demotivate you, it's just reality. Messi's dribbling is not just skill, it's instinct, it's natural. It's something he was born with. The way he uses body feints, the way he keeps the ball so close, the way he changes direction in milliseconds, it doesn't make sense. Defenders know what he's gonna do. Everyone knows, and yet they still can't stop him. That's what makes it different. If you want to replicate Messi's dribbling style, sorry to say, but you won't be able to do it. I'll tell you why, but first, let us enjoy this 30-second video clip which will back my statement. So yeah, do I really need to say more? I'll be completely honest. No one, dead or alive, has ever been a better dribbler in this style, and I doubt anyone ever will. That being said, you can absolutely create your own style. He's my inspiration, and I study him closely. His body feints, his quick turns, his nutmegs, and trust me, just focusing on these aspects alone has made me a far better dribbler than I ever was before. One sprint and you're done. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But here's the good news. Stamina is one of the few traits you can actually improve over time. Just give me a chance, and I promise I'll increase your stamina so much that people will think you're cheating. Look, I've been playing football for over a decade, so believe me when I say I know how to level up your stamina. And don't worry, this isn't about those typical sleep recovery tips or fancy meals. Just stick with me until the end, because I've put together a list of 5 secret tactics that I'll reveal one at a time. The exact same methods I use to transform my own stamina. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Tactic number 1, walk more. Nobody can really run for a full 90 minutes in a game like football. It's just not possible. That idea sounds wrong to me. What I was getting at with walking more is about saving your energy so you last longer. Not like stopping every couple minutes or switching between running and walking on some schedule. That would feel too mechanical. You still have to sprint and run through most of the match, but the smart thing is knowing when you're just burning out for nothing, like chasing the ball everywhere without any plan. It gets you tired fast. Instead of that, position yourself where the ball might come your way. Then, when it does, you burst out. I have this friend who's pretty talented on the field, but he goes all out right from the start, like he's aiming to be the best player in the first few minutes. By the 15th minute, he's done and wants out, and it hurts the team because he could have been useful later. Football isn't like track running where it's all about constant speed. It's more chaotic, but you have to control it somehow. Walking helps with that. You walk to catch your breath, to watch what's happening, or to draw defenders in one direction. Take someone like N'Golo Kanté. He seems super energetic, like he never stops, but even he doesn't sprint the whole time. The real difference is figuring out when to ease off. If you use up all your energy too soon, then yeah, you might miss that big chance late in the game. Don't blame anyone else for it. I think walking smart and running when it counts is what makes the difference, or at least it seems that way from what I've seen. Tactic number 2, sprint on toes. You've learned about when to run, but have you ever wondered how to do it properly? If you're running with your heels striking down hard against the ground, then something's wrong. The proper way to run is to be on your toes when you run, or at least mostly on your toes. I believe in this principle, and therefore teach it to everyone, but especially to my teammates who play wing. Why? Because I have done my own testing on the topic. Wherever you may be, At this moment, stop watching this video and perform a short run standing with your entire foot flat on the ground for all steps, with the ball of the foot and heel landing at the same time. After that, perform a short run standing with only your toes touching the ground for all steps. If you touch your heels to the ground, then you have failed. Do you see the difference? There is no magic trick here. You simply ran inefficiently the first way mentioned and have now run in a very efficient manner. When running with your whole foot flat, you consumed more energy due to greater impact force of your body hitting the ground and needing more force to accelerate your body. When you run with your toes, you remain more explosive and reactive, as well as less weight on your joints. You will save more energy throughout the entire run. If you are still questioning the effectiveness of this method, then I encourage you to look at the way that Kylian Mbappé runs. Watch how he runs and pay attention to the way that he uses his feet in order to be athletic, reactive, and efficient. Don't run like you're angry at the ground by stomping on it. Instead, run like you are gliding over the ground. Run only on your toes and save energy while doing so. Be faster than anyone else and actually achieve being faster than everyone else.
Tactic number 3, small-sided games. Small-sided games seem like the quickest way to build up stamina in football. I mean, they really push you hard, way more than just running laps or whatever. You don't get any breaks in those. It's not like a full game where you have 10 other guys helping out, covering mistakes or taking turns. Nope, you are doing everything yourself, attacking 1 second, then defending right after, pressing high up the field, tracking back to help. All of it happens so fast, and all at once, too. That is why it works so well, I guess. Start with something easy, though, like 15 minutes on half the pitch. Don't try to do a whole hour at first. That would just wreck you. At the beginning, you will feel totally wiped out, exhausted like you can't even stand. But honestly, that exhaustion is what makes it effective. Your body has to keep going without stopping, turning over the ball quick and staying involved the whole time. So it starts to change. Lungs get better at handling it. Legs build up strength. Even your brain figures out how to keep up. Over time, running non-stop just feels regular. Then when you switch back to a full pitch match, everything seems lighter somehow. You can press harder without dying, recover quicker between plays, and yeah, you end up running way more than before. A lot of players stick to basic drills for fitness, but those don't really match what you need for stamina. The real deal comes from those intense, small-sided sessions. They feel closest to actual games. That is where you actually build it up. Tactic number 4, demand the ball. You've put in the effort to condition your body, so when should you put it to use? Yes, I will say this, you should be walking. But that does not mean you should walk all the time. You should walk at times when you will not be able to run. So when should you be demanding that someone pass you the ball? After you have built your up to speed, don't just wait around on the outside of the court for the ball to come to you so you can dribble through everyone and score. That is not reality football, that's imagination. Take charge of the game. Ask for the ball. Get yourself in an area of space. Be an option for a teammate. The more times you are involved with the ball, the more your stamina can be a benefit for you on the field. Having stamina is all well and good, but if you are not involved in the game, your stamina is wasted. You did not go through all of that hard work so that you could be the forgotten player on the field. You put in the work so that you can be the hero. By demanding the ball from your teammates, you are dictating how fast or slow the pace of play is going to be. You control when to explode off the line. You control when to slow down. How can I say that? It is because defenders hate to play against players that they have to keep running after. When the 70th minute rolls around and the defenders are getting tired, you are getting started. Get involved with the game. This is how to use stamina as an advantage. Tactic number 5, the breathing and running drill. I didn't really get this stuff at first, like breathing through your nose. It sounded basic, but after looking into it a bit, there's something there that actually makes sense for building stamina. Nasal breathing does more than you might think. It filters the air, keeps it humid, and sort of regulates how it flows in. Compared to mouth breathing, which just lets everything rush through. This way, you use oxygen better and even keep your heart rate more steady.
I think that's why it helps with staying calm when things get intense. Mouth breathing feels like you're in a rush, almost panicky, but nose breathing, it puts you in control. If you practice that, fatigue doesn't hit as fast under pressure. It seems straightforward, but not everyone sticks with it. One simple thing to try is holding your breath. Time how long you can go right now. Then tomorrow, push for just 1 more second. That's it, not a huge jump, but it builds up your lungs over time, like progressive overload or whatever they call it. For running, you don't need much. All you need to do is start by jogging the breadth of the field, then sprint at full speed across the length of the field. Now again, jog the entire breadth 1 more time, and then finally walk the entire length of the pitch and repeat this drill every day. It's more like football training than some endless marathon slog. Controlled jogging, then a burst of speed, recovery walk, and back at it. Do this regularly, and it adds up. The thing is, all this looks easy on the outside. It's not super complicated to understand. Players often just aren't willing to put in the consistent work though. But if you do commit, stamina isn't some genetic gift. It's mostly about discipline, I guess. That part might get overlooked sometimes. Six skills, which is literally used in every football game. And if you master these skills, then who knows? You might be the next pro footballer. Skill number 1, the fake shot. The fake shot is this basic move in football that can really mess with defenders. I mean, it's not like you need all this fancy stuff to pull it off, just the idea of tricking them into thinking you're about to shoot. Defenders are always on edge about shots because that's the main threat. Even in pro games, it still catches them off guard. That quick reaction they have when they lunge or brace gives you the opening you need. Sometimes it's just a split second, but yeah, that's plenty in football. To set it up right, you gotta get into position where it looks real. Carry the ball in like you're aiming for goal. Open your body a bit, lift your head, plant that foot next to the ball. And the leg, you pull it back like you mean business. If it doesn't look serious, they definitely won't bite. Then, instead of kicking it, you just touch the ball to the side with the inside of your foot. Quick push away from where they're blocking. 1 touch, done. It has to be sharp, no messing around. As soon as your leg moves, they commit and can't turn back fast enough. That creates space, maybe only half a second or so, enough to actually shoot or go past them. I think the timing is what trips most people up though. Like if you do it too soon, or when you're not close to goal, it falls flat, or too late and they're already on you. You need to be near the goal, body looking right, and stay calm about it. If you're panicking, they stay cool, but if you act chill, it flips on them. Don't make it a big show either, no jumping or anything, just a simple swing and that touch. Once you land it, the defender gets all unsure. They start second-guessing when the real shot comes. And that doubt, that's huge, because it works everywhere too, from casual games to big leagues. Doesn't matter your speed or power. It's more about reading what the defender expects. Get that down, and suddenly you're making chances instead of chasing them. But some players, unfortunately, never figure that part out, I guess. Skill number 2, body feint. This skill doesn't even touch the ball, and yet it sends defenders the wrong way more than most fancy tricks ever will. The body feint is football at its purest, because defenders don't react to the ball first, they react to you, your body, your balance, your intention. And once you understand that, beating a defender becomes simple. The body feint starts before you even move. You approach the defender under control, not sprinting, not panicking. You stay light on your feet, knees slightly bent, ready to explode. Because the moment you're flat-footed, the feint is dead. Now comes the deception. You lean your body to one side, just enough to make it believable. Your shoulder drops, your knee bends, and your weight shifts. This is important. When players sprint, their body moves before their feet. Defenders know this, so when your body leans, the defender believes the run is coming. As you lean, your foot moves close to the ball, not away from it. You want the defender to think you're about to take the ball with you. If your foot is too far from the ball, smart defenders won't commit, so you stay tight. For a split second, the defender shifts their weight, and that's all you need. The moment you feel that commitment, you explode the other way. One sharp touch, outside of the foot, 45 degrees into space. No extra touches, no hesitation. Acceleration is everything, because even if you beat a defender, they will try to recover, and if you don't burst away, you've wasted the move. What makes the body feint so powerful is how natural it looks. There's no big movement, no obvious trick. It looks like normal football, and that's why it works at every level. Against aggressive defenders, against patient defenders, against players who think they're smarter than you. The biggest mistake players make with body feints is overdoing it. You don't need to jump, you don't need to spin, you don't need 10 movements. You just need to lean, shift, and then explode. Skill number 3, body shielding. Body shielding is this one skill in football that really sets the good players apart from just athletes who can run fast or something. Most times when there's pressure, players freak out a bit. They hurry to get rid of the ball or poke it away and end up losing it completely. But shielding is different. It's about keeping your cool even with someone breathing down your neck. You still control everything in that moment. And it's not only holding on to the ball, it's more like giving yourself some time to think, slow things down so your teammates can get open or whatever. The top players use it to control the whole pace of the game, not just hang on under pressure. I think that's what makes it so key. First off, positioning matters a lot here. You don't face the defender straight on, that would be dumb. Instead, you turn sideways so your body blocks them out. Keep the ball on the foot that's away from them, the furthest one. That already throws them off, makes it tougher for the defender to reach. Then you gotta get low. Bend your knees and kind of sit back into it. If you're standing tall, you're easy to knock over, but low to the ground, you're stable, like you can take the hit without tipping. Build that strong base so pressure doesn't mess you up. Your arms play a part too. Keep one bent with the forearm out to make some space between you and the guy. You're not shoving them away or anything aggressive, just let them push into you a little. That's the smart way, because shielding is really about staying balanced, not using brute force. If you push back too much, you might lose the ball or even get called for a foul. Some players invite the contact on purpose and just hold steady through it. The ball needs to stay right there close by, usually under your sole, or maybe rolling it gently from side to side. That way you have choices if things change, like if they come from behind, you can turn out quick or switch feet if the pressure moves around. If you do it the right way, you start feeling out the defender, their weight shifting or how they're moving. The second they lean in too far or overcommit, you can break away. Just one quick turn, a touch, and you're off with speed. Players who are the best at this, they make it look so easy, no rushing or panicking at all. They just trust how their body works in those spots. I guess when you get good at shielding, defenders get frustrated marking you. They can't push you around or force you to mess up, and they sure can't just take the ball without fouling, which ends up winning your team some calls. It's not the flashiest thing, but it helps in those tight moments. Skill number 4, the elastico. This might be the only flashy skill on this list, but when it's done right, it's not flashy at all. It's violent, quick, and I'll be honest, it's completely unfair to the defender. The elastico works because it attacks a defender's balance, not their speed. At its core, the elastico is one idea. You show the defender the ball going one way, and in the same movement, you take it the other in one fluid motion. You approach the defender under control, not sprinting, not standing still, just enough speed that a change of direction actually matters. The ball stays close to your foot. Now comes the deception. You push the ball slightly to the outside with the outside of your foot. Not hard, just enough to sell the direction. At the same time, your body goes with it. Your shoulder drops, your weight shifts. Everything says, I'm going that way. That's the lie. Before the defender can react, you snap your foot around the ball and push it forward with the inside of the same foot. Same foot, one motion. Outside, inside. The ball changes direction instantly, and the defender, they're already moving the wrong way. What makes the elastico effective isn't speed, it's commitment. If your body doesn't move with the first push, the defender won't bite. The longer and more convincing that first movement is, the more the defender shifts their weight, and once their weight is gone, they're finished. This is why the elastico works best in 1v1s, when the defender is close, when they think they've timed you. You're not trying to humiliate them, you're trying to unbalance them. And once you do, you explode. Acceleration matters because the elastico creates space, but you have to take it. One sharp burst after the move, and the duel is over.
Skill number 5, Trivela. The Trivela skill might look so tricky at first, like something impossible, until you get what is really going on. It's not some kind of magic or just luck, and definitely not only for those highlight moments. Really, it's another way to hit the ball when you can't do your usual thing. Football has gotten way faster these days. Spaces on the field feel tighter all the time. Sometimes you do not even have a second to turn your body the right way. That is exactly where the Trivela comes in handy. Everything depends on how the ball is placed to start. You don't want it right in front of your feet. Better if it's a bit off to the side, at some angle. That setup lets your foot kind of wrap around it properly. If it's too straight on, you end up just towing it, which is more like a desperate move than a real Trivela. Forget trying to blast it with power right away. The whole point is about getting that spin on the ball. You hit it with the outside part of your foot, right near where you would use the instep normally, that spot there. And the power, it actually comes from your hip, not just your leg. Without opening up that hip, the ball stays straight, no bend at all. Pretty simple when you think about it. Your body has to be in the right shape too. You lean a little, hip opens out, then your leg swings through in a natural follow. When it works, the ball doesn't just go forward, it curves off away from those defenders, right into open space or trouble for them. This makes the Trivela super useful in games. You can pass without messing around switching feet, or cross the ball without stopping to reset everything. Even shoot when the angle seems all wrong. It gives you options when the defense thinks they got you shut down. I think that's a big part of why it's coming back more now. But most players miss this one detail. It works way better on a ball that's moving, like rolling along. That makes the contact cleaner, spin sharper, and the whole strike feels more under control. Standing still with the ball is tougher. Rolling ones just flow better, more natural. For shooting with it, you have to know the power won't match a regular shot, so you just commit to it. Swing all the way through, trust how you do the technique. And yeah, you'll miss some, that happens. The guys who pull off Trivela goals, they're not lucky. They're the ones brave enough to go for it when the moment counts. It seems like trying it takes some guts, especially in tight spots. The curve part, that's what stands out to me, how it sneaks past people. Sometimes it feels a bit messy explaining the hip thing, but once you try, it clicks.
Skill number 6, nutmeg. Let's get one thing straight. A nutmeg isn't about embarrassing someone. That's just the highlight version. In real football, a nutmeg is a solution. It's what happens when a defender gives you exactly one mistake, and you're calm enough to see it. The nutmeg only works when the defender is confident, when they step in, when they widen their stance, when they think they've closed every angle. That's when the gap appears. Not before, not after. You approach the defender under control, not rushing, not forcing anything. The ball stays close to your foot, close enough that you can move it instantly. Your head is up, because this skill isn't about feet, it's about awareness. The moment the defender steps forward, their legs open. Not much, just enough. And this is where most players mess up. They try to force the nutmeg. That never works. You don't push the ball hard, you don't stab at it, you simply roll it. But here's the most important part. The nutmeg isn't finished when the ball goes through. It's finished when you go through. Acceleration matters, because once the defender realizes what happened, they'll turn, grab, recover, anything. So the moment the ball passes through their legs, you explode past them. One burst, no hesitation. The cleanest nutmegs don't look dramatic, they look simple. A defender steps in, the ball disappears, and suddenly you're on the other side. That's when you know it was done right. This is why nutmegs happen more in real matches than people think, not because players are trying to flex, but because defenders overcommit. And good attackers punish overcommitment. The mistake most players make is chasing nutmegs, looking for them. That's backwards. You don't look for the nutmeg, you let it present itself. And when it does, you take it. The nutmeg isn't disrespect, it's efficiency. It's reading the game faster than the defender. And when you master that mindset, you stop playing tricks and start winning duels. If you've made it this far, trust me, you're already ahead of 90% of wingers out there. Most players don't take the time to actually learn, but you just proved your discipline by watching this entire video. So if you found value in this, make sure to like and subscribe to False 10. And if you want more content like this, these two videos are a great place to start. See you in the next one.